Yo, yo, yo. Back again with Paranormasight. Well. Last time, which was a very long time ago, a week ago to be exact, all of the people met up together. Tsutsumi, Richter, Harumi, see, I can't even remember their names, bro. That's how long it's been. Oh, shit. By the way, this song is mesmerizing. I'm playing Onimusha, and this is from Onimusha. It's an incredible song. Either way, let's get into it. And we're back in. Let's see if I remember their voices. So, last night you were looking for the talisman Michio had?
Yeah. And I figured that piece of garbage teacher would know the most about Michio. I asked him yesterday afternoon if he knew anything about a talisman. He gave me some cryptic response like, I can't talk about it now, come to the school tonight. He even gave me the code to the lock on the back entrance. He seemed pretty willing to give it out, so I wouldn't be surprised if he used it for some secret message before. Yuck, I can only imagine. We climbed over the front gate to get in. So yeah, we met up in the classroom in the middle of the night. But nothing he said made any sense. Like that I was really Michio and stuff like that. He went on and on about how it was my fault and that it only had been around or something. He grabbed a hold of me, breathing heavily. Were you okay? Yeah, that's right when you two showed up. I was able to get away while Jonoichi was freaking out. Oh my gosh, good thing you got away. So it's really all thanks to you two that I got away. But I didn't get any info about the talisman, so the whole thing was sort of a bust. Afterwards, I was wondering what you two weren't up to, so I hid nearby. Then I saw you and an old man, Ashimiya, talking, and then Mio showed up. Oh, you did? That's also why I saw Jonoichi come back outside and bite it. I see. So you were the one here to look for Michio's talisman? I was dumb to fall for that creep Jonoichi's trap so easy. It could have gone a lot worse, but I lucked out. So that's why you do the job you do, huh, Mio? I thought she was a weirdo when she showed up all of a sudden saying she was going to exorcise me or something. If you hadn't said anything, I probably would have knocked your lights out. You tried to perform an exorcism on her without telling her anything? You see, in my experience, most people don't understand no matter how much I explain. They only accept my explanation after they see the results. I guess that makes sense. What you described does sound like Michio killed Mr. Jonoichi. She did have a reason to hate him, after all. No way. You mean that she was really a ghost, like for real? Those who die bearing strong resentment or regret can occasionally become spirits, either bound to a place or roaming freely. However, it'd usually be impossible for them to kill the living. Most don't have that kind of power. But it's possible they could possess someone close to them to act on those lingering regrets. Huh? Wonder if that's what happened. Alright, then supposing what the spirit board said is true and Michio's death was an accident, then she must have had some regrets. If she really hadn't given up on living, that is. I don't think she was the kind of girl who would just give up no matter what the situation. I don't really know, but she didn't seem like she had something tormenting her so much that she'd kill herself. And that's all I know. Happy? I still gotta look for the talisman. Sure. Thank you, Hitomi. Oh, and if you two find out anything about Michio's talisman, we'll be sure to let you know. Thanks. Can we get your contact info where we can normally find you? Right. I'm not home most of the time. Usually I'm at a friend's place. Here's the phone number.
Thanks. We'll call her if we need to talk with you. And, what is it? You're easier to talk to than I imagined. I was kind of scared at first, but not anymore. Shut up. You were the one avoiding me. Anyway, catch you later. And don't die out there, okay? Thanks. We'll be careful. All right, then. We've got a lot of new information. It sounds like Mr. Jonoichi was killed by a curse just as we thought, which means there was a curse bearer at the school. Multiple, in fact. Multiple? You think so? Yes, the curse echo we experienced in the school and the one that killed Mr. Jonoichi seems to be different. The people in the school at the time, other than us, were Mr. Jonoichi, Hitomi, and Old Man Ashimiya, who you ran into. I was thinking it would be among them, but there was one more person Hitomi saw, a girl in a school uniform with braids. From what Hitomi was saying, it doesn't seem like she's the one. Mr. Jonoichi is pretty suspicious, though. If he were a curse bearer, it would certainly explain why he was killed. Right, that's why I say there are multiple. Oh, right, the person who killed Mr. Jonoichi would have to be one too, which means it must be either the mysterious girl or Old Man Ashimiya. Yeah, we should certainly be careful of them. That said, the mysterious girl and the fact that Mr. Jonoichi thought it was Michio that was attacking him has me wondering. Of course, I doubt Michio herself was actually there, but... Oh, I just remembered. I also saw Mr. Araishi outside the main gate last night. You did? It's likely he's involved with the curse, given that he's the one doing the research on the rite of resurrection. So we'll have to be careful of Old Man Ashimiya and Mr. Araishi. I want to believe that not all curse bearers will be hostile, but... As for what to do now, I'd like to find who is responsible for the Feast of Shadows that set this off and how they did it. I don't think we'll be able to find the end of this without stopping it at its source. That makes sense. In which case, next we should do what exactly? We'll need to talk to Mr. Araishi. He definitely knows something. It should be safer during the day, so I think we should try to look for him. Got it. I'll help in any way I can. But the school's closed. I wonder where he could be. Let's try heading someplace someone may know where he is. Where to go then? Damn, I don't know. I mean, we could try the Yasuda Gardens, maybe. Yako Sakazaki. And so, Mio Kurosuzu and Yako Sakazaki decided on their next location to investigate. Okay, I see now. We gotta go to candy shop, right? Isn't that where they all met up? Okay, I was gonna say the same thing. Might as well just check them all and see which one's the right one. I don't remember which one it was exactly. Same thing. What about Ryogoku Bridge? No? It's not there either. Maybe we could just click that. Maybe he's skulking about high school. I think we might have messed something up. Yeah. What about here? Can we talk to Yako and Mio? Let's. Oh shit. Yeah, let's talk. Huh? Oh, huh? That's. Boss, what is it? You want to talk to those girls? I do. Yeah, I do. This is divine intervention. We were brought here for a reason. Come on, Ariel. Huh? What? Yeah, they weren't here last time, actually, now that I think about it. Hey, aren't you? You must be the high schoolers skirting the child labor laws who I've heard so much about. Say that again? Sorry about that, he's with me. Mr. Tsutsumi, if that's how you feel, maybe you should look into improving my working conditions. I'd prefer not to work for free, to be honest. Don't you worry about that. If you help us out, you can have whatever you want. Boss's treat. Wait. Really? Thank you so much. I've always wanted to go to a fancy sushi place. Oh yeah, like one of those places in Ginza. I've never been. Let's go. We've got ourselves a deal, right, boss? The girls are at our service. Hold on now. What just happened? I never said I'd sushi. Looking forward to it, boss. Wait, since when were you included? You guys are funny. You should do stand-up. She's like a disciple of some paranormal affairs chief. I've heard that she helps out with investigations free of charge under the guise of training. Although she's my old boss's protege, she helps me out plenty while I was in the paranormal affairs. She may look meek, but she's got strong spirit sense, sharp instincts, and courage, plus quite the brain to back it all up. That said, I can't help but think there's some kind of darkness following her around. So this is Yaku Sakazaki. She was with Mio. Could she be a friend? Did Mio finally make a friend? If she did, it would do this old man's heart good. But I better not say that out loud. Don't want to make her look bad. So, how much have you been able to figure out? Well, I know what happened around midnight last night. Someone invoked the Feast of Shadows, which boosts the power of curses, and then brought forth the 7 mysteries of Anjo. That allows even those who do not have the power to cast curses to gather soul dregs for the rite of resurrection. At least that's my hypothesis. Sounds about right so far. As I'm sure you know, there are actually 9 mysteries, not 7. When the Feast of Shadows was cast, the curse stones appeared before those who wanted the rite at the locales of the 7 mysteries. We even managed to gather 3 curse stones so far, including the one I got first, the Evergreen Beach. You got 3 already? Wow. We have the curse stone of the Fool's Procession. Well, Yako, the girl standing behind me, does. That's me, Yako, the girl standing behind Mio. She does. Is she alright? We could take it off your hands. Well, the Feast of Shadows has no effect during the day, and there's still something I want to find out. Alright, I'll leave the Fool's Procession with you two then. And thank you. Please keep collecting the other curse stones. I'll be looking for a way to stop the Feast of Shadows. Okay, got it. That should make things go more smoothly. What about the other curse bearers? Have you run into any of them? Well, last night at school. You were here last night? Yes, you see. Huh? You two were using a spirit board? That's so cool. So that's when you ran into the curse echo. I'm glad you survived the encounter. Somehow, we managed to get away without accidentally setting it off. The curse echo we saw took the shape of a woman missing an arm and a leg.
What?
A woman missing an arm and a leg. That's the one that Nejima has, right?
What is it?
Oh shit. I mean, I could just look real quick. It's been a week. I don't remember. No, it's not that one. Is it the Haunting Clappers? No, definitely not. It's not Evergreen Beach. No, that's not it either. It's not foot washing. He cut the arm and leg off one side of her body, so yeah, it's the one-sided reed. Do we know who has that yet? Let me check. I don't think we do. Yeah. So there's two people it could be, right? No, it's not him. The foot what? No, it's a one-sided reed. So who could it be? There's two people I can think of. No, I think that Nejima has the Taiko Sukuru, right? Or did he say... He said the one-sided reed, actually. So that means Nejima was there last night. The one-sided reed. This is bad. What's so bad about that one? You idiot think the curse bearer of the one-sided reed is Nejima. Fumachika Nejima. He admitted it himself that it's his curse. Ah, that's right. Wait, but if that's the case, Nejima might have been here last night. What? I mean, it's possible he was lying to us, but... What? Who's Nejima? No clue. So Nejima's trying to take advantage of the Feast of Shadows for his own nefarious purposes. What? He said he's going to massacre the city at sundown today? And he's trying to get your daughter too? That's why we've been trying to find him, but to no avail. Honestly, this information has been the most useful we've gotten so far. So just to be sure, could you tell me who else was at the school last night? Well, as far as we know, there was us, Mr. Junuichi, and one of our classmates, Hitomi. Don't forget old man Ashimiya. Wait, Hitomi? Do you mean Hitomi Okuda, second-year student? Well, yes, why? Boss, so she was here last night. I saw Hitomi earlier, and though she didn't seem like a curse bearer to me. You did. Did you talk to her? Yes. Would you mind if we ask you a few questions about that? Hitomi said she didn't want to talk to the police because she was afraid she'd become a suspect. So I can't tell you anything unless you swear you won't drag her into this. Ah, I see. Don't worry, this is about a different matter. A different matter? You mean about that police officer, Mr. Yoshimi? You know about that? Did Hitomi say something about him? Yes, she did, actually. You want to talk to me? You'd probably be better off asking Mio. If we're talking about people who were at school last night, there was one more person, though I'm not too clear on the details. There was someone else. Apparently, Hitomi saw Mr. Jonoichi getting cursed and killed last night. What? Talk about some vital information. What she said was... Michio was the one who killed Mr. Jonoichi? Are you sure it was really Michio that he saw? Well, that's what she told me. I wasn't there. That must mean there was another curse bearer there last night. Jonuichi was killed by a curse. Wait, am I saying that right? Jonuichi. Yeah, Jonuichi. Jonuichi was killed by a curse, so someone had to have been there, but whether it was Michio or not. Damn, boss, do you really think it could have been Michio's ghost? I mean, based on what we've heard, she does have plenty of reasons to be vengeful. Calm down. Just because the paranormal exists doesn't mean just anything is possible. It's still possible that Nejima was behind Jonuichi's death. But what about Hitomi's story? About this janitor, Ashimiya, was it? How old is he? Do you know how long he's worked here? Why are you so interested in him all of a sudden? I only just transferred to the school, though, so I have no idea. He's around 50 years old, and he came to our school about half a year ago. No one knew what he did before, so there are all kind of rumors about him. I see. Thanks. I think I'm starting to get a better picture of all this. Huh? Listen up. It's not uncommon for former prisoners to find work under an alias after their release. The notoriety attached to their former name can get in the way of proper rehabilitation, you see. Are you? No way. Ariel, have the officers apprehend the janitor. He worked the night shift, so he might still be in the overnight room. Right away. Boss, bad news. Apparently the room's been empty all morning. It sounds like they've been looking to question Ashimiya too, but couldn't find him anywhere. No. That all but confirms it. Just one more thing to check. Are there any photos of this Ashimiya? The old man seriously hated getting his picture taken, and he'd always avoid it. Ariel, call an urgent search for Makoto Ashimiya, and we can't let him get away. Yes, sir. I'll contact HQ right away. Oh my, I didn't expect this at all. Yeah, how could that old man have been some horrible criminal mastermind? I can't believe it. And a curse bearer on top of that? To think he was so close to us this whole time, it gives me the chills. A guy like that really shouldn't have been allowed to work at high school. Let's hope it isn't already too late. Oh, I may have shown Ashimiya my curse stone last night. What? I don't like this one bit. Nejima did say he wasn't specifically targeting curse bearers, but I'm glad nothing happened to you. Wait, but then could it have been old man Ashimiya who attacked you in the hallway? I almost told him that you were still in the building too. You did? Ugh, good thing I didn't say anything. You might have gotten very lucky there, kid. This is too much. I hope they find him soon. Come on, long arm of the law, help us. To put a stop to the Feast of Shadows, it would help if I knew more about how the curse of the Seven Mysteries first came about. In that case, you're probably best off talking to that crappy researcher guy. You mean Mr. Araishi? I would very much like to talk to him. Right, he's a teacher here too, isn't he? You would know him already. He might be more inclined to talk if it's one of his students doing the asking. Do you know where he is? I do. We tried to talk to him, but he refused to cooperate. But you two should give it a try. He's at his usual cafe working on his papers. The cafe. Oh, Kurikikyo Cafe in Kamizawa? Thanks. We'll head over there now. School rules say we're not allowed to go to cafes, though. Don't worry about it. I'll allow it. Thank you. That's all it takes? There must be a mastermind behind everything. Someone who orchestrated all of this for a reason. I want to find out why. Hitomi did say that Mr. Yoshimi entrusted her with something. He did. What was it? Yoshimi gave her a talisman? Yes, apparently he also asked you to look for another one just like it, one that Michio had. What kind of talismans could they be, boss? Doesn't ring a bell. But if Yoshimi was talking about him with his dying breath, they must have been pretty important. Did they find a talisman on Michio where her body was found? I'll check, but if they did, Yoshimi would have had plenty of time to retrieve it before he died. Right. Would you consider giving us Hitomi's contact information? I'd like to talk to her about this talisman. I'm not sure. She never opened up to anyone except Mr. Yoshimi. I'm no good, huh? I was friends with Yoshimi, though. You don't seem like that bad of a guy. Not all that scary for a cop. But I doubt that'll be enough for her. She really doesn't want to end up becoming a suspect. To be honest, she was even a bit wary of us. Well then. Do you think she'd talk to Yoshimi's fiancé? Haven't they met before? They have. She told us about that. Yeah, she might be willing to talk to her. Alright, then we better find her fast. You haven't been able to reach her? That's a little worrying. Mayo Chizawa. We'll let you know as soon as we manage to contact her. Okay, I'll be willing to give Hitomi's contact information to her. Alright, one more thing. Hitomi told me that Mr. Yoshimi gave her instructions in the event that something happened to him. He told her to give the talisman to Mr. Nakagoshi from the police headquarters. What? So it was a Nakagoshi case? Why would Yoshimi tell her that? Could you check on that? I will, but, well, I don't know if they'll pick up on when I call. Is he with the Paranormal Affairs Bureau? Well, yes, Nakagoshi's the chief, but he's almost never in, so I don't really know the guy. To be honest, I'm not even sure if he exists, or if he's just some figurehead. I've never spoken to him myself. All of the Paranormal Affairs cases are referred to as Nakagoshi cases. Jeez, what's up with that? That amulet Hitomi was looking for may be the missing puzzle piece to this mystery. What was that thing you mentioned about Michio earlier? Something about a grudge? Did you know anything about her? What's your relation? I'm her friend. I was actually planning to resurrect her at first. I see. We gained quite a lot of information from you two. It's only fair we share as well. Tell her, Ario. Alright. Keep in mind that this is just a theory, though. Okay. After re-examining the crime scene, Yoshimi concluded that Michio's death wasn't a suicide, but a vehicular collision. Wait, what? An accident? Being hit by a speeding truck or van would have resulted in similar injuries. The investigation was ordered by Yoshimi, so it seems he had his doubts about it being a suicide. A van? Speeding? Yako, what's wrong? Are you okay? Scream, scream, scream. A van. There's a young man in the driver's seat. Yako. Yes. Wait, was I... Are you back now? How do you feel? You're covered in sweat. Yeah, I'm okay, I think. Sorry, I went a little crazy there. It's no problem, as long as you're okay. That was quite the surprise, though. Yoshimi talked to you about Michio, didn't he? Well, he didn't give me any specifics, but if you're wondering about that. So I don't know what was truly on Michio's mind either. Right. Do you have any idea why Jonoichi was so scared of Michio? Well, about that. I'm not sure exactly how to put this, but... I see. Well, I have expected it was something like that. Thank you for telling me. Sorry, it's hard to explain. I wonder when we got his hands on it. I wonder what he got his hands on to be able to blackmail her like that. What happened, Michio? Jonoichi was most definitely killed by a curse. But I wonder what exactly the cause of death. If the curse's origin and the cause of death are connected, it could give us another lead. Forensics is still investigating the area. I didn't really want to bring these kids to a place like this, but there were too many onlookers outside for us to speak comfortably. Besides, it wouldn't be good to have Mio look around the scene too. This is one hell of a coincidence, huh? That this random girl you know is already involved with the case. It's usually easier to let Ariel do the talking when it comes to young people, but we only have a day. It'll be quicker if I take the reins this time. But he did manage to win them over with the promise of food. Let's see how this plays out. She's certainly well versed in the paranormal. I just can't get over the darkness. What's the rope all about? It indicates where Jonoichi's body was found. They've moved his body, but this way we still have an idea of how it was found. That's a little gross. You can even see how his arms and legs are all... Ugh. Cool it, Ariel, you're scaring her. This kind of stuff's a little much for a kid. Hey, I'm pretty sure she only asked because you were staring at it so intently. Alright, that's enough, Mia. What do you think? I knew it the second I looked at the scene. You're right. Traces of a curse still linger here. I figured as much. Does that mean Jonoichi was killed by one of the curses of the Seven Mysteries? Yes. A strong curse like that always leaves behind a trace. Wow, Mio, you're so calm. Are you used to this kind of thing? I wouldn't say I'm used to it. It just comes with experience, I guess. No? I've heard some stories about you. Didn't you investigate a gruesome scene where someone had been killed by a paranormal attack without even breaking a sweat? Stop it, Mr. Tsutsumi. She's going to get the wrong idea. Whoa, that's amazing. Yeah, you're a professional. You think? Totally. You're cool, even in the face of death. That's awesome. When you put it like that, I'm not so sure how awesome it is. Hey boss, Forensics is calling. I'll go see what they have to say. Sure, thanks. Boss, they found this on the ground a short distance away from the scene. What's that? A ribbon? Yeah, the kind you use to tie up your hair. What? I've seen that ribbon before. You have? Go on then. That's the ribbon that Michio always used to wear. What? Doesn't that mean Michio was here? Are you sure? Definitely. I have the same one at home. We bought them together. That has to be hers. Then did she come back to life somehow? But how? If I was Michio and I came back to life, where would I go? That's the question. She got a revenge on Donoichi, but she may have more revenge to dish out. Is there anyone she could have had a grudge against? Well, what about the guy who killed her in the collision? If she really did come back to life, then it's terribly sad that she's spending her new chance at life like this. Being obsessed with revenge is such a tragic way to live. I'm afraid that's all we can tell you. Don't worry, you were a big help. Thank you. We should start our search for Nejima and Mayu Chozawa. It might be worth it to check out Michio's house as well, just in case. Let's use the school as our base of operations. If anything happens, go to one of the offices hanging around there. Got it. Thank you and good luck. We'll go talk to Mr. Araishi about a way to lift this curse. Alright, boss, let's get going whenever you're ready. Which one should we do? Who is that? I don't think I recognize that person. Is that, what's her name? Haru? Yeah, it's Harui. Oh, why don't we do this one first? Yaku Sakazaki, 12 p.m. You know, normally you'd be break. Oh shit, I don't remember. What was his voice like? He had like a snobby voice, but I don't remember how it went. Let me look it up real quick. I'll be right back. All right. You know, normally you'd be breaking this. Shit, how did it? He had a snobby voice. What was it? You know, normally you'd be. It was like French almost. I think that's how it went. You know, normally you'd be breaking those school rules just by stepping foot in a cafe. I'd be in hot water if you lied about having permission from the police. Remember that. We know. It'll be okay. So, what did you want to ask me? Yako, if you would. Right, we wanted to ask you about this. Oh my, a curse stone. An Okami mask? That must mean the fool's possessing. You two were at the school last night. Damn, there of all places. Yako, you're one of them. You're a curse bearer. Oh, please calm down, Mr. Araishi. Your reaction's too intense. It's kind of scaring me. Sorry about that. I'm afraid I got ahead of myself. What is it you wanted to know about your curse stone? What would be the best way to approach this? Flatter him. No, intimidate him. We have a curse stone and he doesn't. You're going to tell us about this thing. Is that a tone to take with a teacher? I could always tell people that you dragged us into a cafe by force. What? Are you threatening me? Damn it. Fine. Ask what you will. Thank you. Let's see. Why is everything with the Rite of Resurrection and the Seven Mysteries curse stones happening now? Oh, taking an interest now that you've received one of the curses, have you? You sound like a researcher, starting your questioning with your subject's origins. Mr. Araishi, you're not the one who triggered the curse, are you? No, I'm afraid I had nothing to do with that. Rather, I wasn't even attempting to do so in the first place. Completing the rite itself has nothing to do with my research. Then, do you know of the ancient Amyodo ritual known as the Feast of Shadows? What is that? Something from the cult? Miss Karasuzu, you look like the type to be interested in those things, but it's outside of my field of expertise. In that case, why do you think the rite and curses have appeared now? I believe this is the intentional work of someone. It's certainly not something that would happen by accident. Why is it you want to know? Well, he may not tell us anything else if we say that we're trying to stop the curse. We need to make something up. Right. Well, you see, we just have such intellectual curiosity and think it would really help your research. I see, now that you mention it. Seems he's reluctant to answer. Then how about... Act disappointed. We figured you would know since you're so smart. How disappointing. How dare you! You make it sound like I'm stupid. You couldn't be more wrong. Do you realize how devoted I am to this research? Allow me to first elucidate you regarding the author of the Record of Fate.
A special privilege, I might add, since I have yet to publish this in a paper.
Yeah, okay.
The Record of Fates was written 200 years ago in the latter half of the Edo period. It was written by a skilled, but little known amnioji called Simon Tsuchimikado. called Simon Tsuchimikado. Simon Tsuchimikado. This is important stuff. If nothing else, remember this. Simon Tsuchimikado? I've never heard of him. I'm sure you haven't. He was born in a famed amnioji family, but split away to practice forbidden arts in secret. He used whatever name was most convenient for the situation, so his real name barely exists in the records. Or so it is written in the Record of Fates.
Huh?
As brilliant as Simon was, he was also an eccentric. He delved into researching the rite of resurrection, a legendary forbidden ritual that has never been completed. However, by involving himself with the forbidden ritual, he was expelled from his family, and eventually found himself in Honjo in Edo. The Record of Fates are the writings Simon recorded on the road to Edo.
I see.
So he wrote about how to perform the rite itself. The rite of resurrection makes use of the Abe Seme's specialty, the Taizan Fukun ritual, a means of communicating with the afterlife. It uses soul drakes to replicate the soul of a dead spirit that has been called.
Oh, wow. I never knew something like that existed.
Thus, it is thought that the only ones who can use it are those with the ability to turn human souls into soul drakes in the first place. So the rite of resurrection calls for that ritual to be performed in advance. Then, when the soul drakes are gathered and infused with the wish of whoever is performing the ritual, it can be completed. The contents written in the Records of Fate end there.
There's no more?
What about the seven mysteries or the curse stones? There's nothing written at that end in the Record of Fates. The curse stones are separate from the rite of resurrection. The curse is no one used to enable one who is unable to perform the rituals to be able to use the rite. That's similar to what Mio said, actually. An officially appointed government position with the Bureau of Amnio in medieval Japan. Amnioji were tasked with performing divinations and rituals. They would employ the Chinese philosophies of yin and yang and wuxing, the five elements, to compose astronomical charts and almanacs. High-ranking practitioners use a variety of mystical arts, including one that brought natural disasters and curses. Amnioji were also tasked with exorcising demons through the uses of shikigami. Amnioji thrived during the Heian period, in part due to the work of famous Amnioji and later founder of the Tsuchimikado clan, Abe no Seimei. However, Amnioji began to gradually decline in number after samurai gained control of Japan. At the same time, many of their miraculous arts were lost, along with the development of civilization. Although the service of Amnioji were typically reserved for the upper class, there were a number of shamonji, or hidden Amnioji, who worked for the common folk. How were the seven mysteries related to the rite? Excuse me, Mr. Ariishi. What is it, Mr. Kurasuza? You published a theory before about the incident that took place. It is said that the rite of resurrection and the origin of the seven mysteries of Hanjo are related somehow. What proof did you have of that? Oh, you really know your stuff. But about that. That was somewhat sensationalized piece written for the occult magazines. Oh, really? It was just nonsense then? Not exactly. Rather, it's not a complete fabrication. There's a basis for it. And that is? Well, I suppose there's no harm telling a couple of students so passionate about this topic. Thank you. This is something I discovered from the reference in numerous texts unrelated to the Records of Fate. It was just after Seimon arrived in Honjo. There are records of a conflict over a ritual used to resurrect the dead in Honjo. A conflict over resurrecting the dead?
I don't know the details. A Nan enticed the public with claims of a spell that could resurrect the dead, causing a conflict that ended tragically with 9 dead. That is only the remaining reference. 9 people fighting over a resurrection ritual. I call this tragedy the Hanjo Incident, and it has long been a subject of my research. And I suspect that this Hanjo Incident might be the very origin of the 7 mysteries of Hanjo. So what you're saying is, the resurrection ritual at the root of the Hanjo Incident in Seaman's Rite of Resurrection? Yes, that is how the Record of Fates ties everything together. To put it in chronological order, first Seaman brought the Rite of Resurrection to Ito. We can assume that by this point Seaman was likely using a different name. Then in Hanjo, 9 people fought to the death over the rite, the Hanjo Incident. After that, the incident was covered up by an interested party, preventing it from being recorded in history fully. Eventually, it was passed down in incomplete pieces, becoming known as the 7 Mysteries of Hanjo. That's more or less the course of events. During the Edo period, a chain of events that occurred around a certain resurrection spell became the basis for the 7 Mysteries of Hanjo. So that's how they're connected. Then, if I'm getting this right, the 7 mysteries were basically required to gather the soul drakes necessary for the rite. How were the 7 mysteries related to the rite? And there's more. With the most recent occurrence of the curse, I've become even more confident in my theory. You are? Yes, the reason for it being, the resentful memories of the 7 mysteries etched into those who received the curse stones. Resentful memories. Yako, if you really are a curse bearer, then when you attained your curse stone, you would have had that resentful memory imprinted into your mind. I did. Exactly. Those memories are what happened in the final moments of the 9 who died in the Hanjo Incident. Broadly speaking, they involved dying while bearing some kind of deep resentment. The 9 victims became the 9 curse echoes, which over time came to be spoken of as the 7 mysteries. Thus, gathering the resentful memories granted by the present curses and connecting them together. I will reveal once and for all what happened during the Hanjo Incident. Huh? That is why you must tell me about the resentful memory of your fool's procession, Yako. Ugh. Mio, should I? Yes, I think it's okay. We need all the information we can get. Okay, Mr. Ariishi, I'll tell you about the memory of the fool's procession. Excellent. So basically, it's about a woman who died falling from a Yagura tower at a festival. Ah, interesting. It's not that one of them. Not that one? What do you mean? Among the 9 victims of the Hanjo Incident, that is to say, the 9 curse echoes, one of them is Seaman himself, or so I suspect. Huh? Seaman was one of the victims of the Hanjo Incident too? Meaning an Omnioji as powerful as him also became a curse echo. Right. It would make sense that the curse stone tied to a curse echo like that would be special. The power of a curse stone is different based on the curse echo. Mio. Then maybe with Seaman's curse echo we could... Yes, we may be able to settle this whole situation. Hey, what are you two whispering about? Oh, nothing, sorry. Mr. Ariishi, how many of the resentful memories have you gathered so far? I had learned a number of them. The Evergreen Beach, the Footwashing Mansion, the Ever-Burning Lantern, and now the Fool's Procession makes 4. Of those, the most important are the Footwashing Mansion and the Evergreen Beach. What are they about? First, the Footwashing Mansion. An Omnioji appears distinctly in this one. Really? But not Seinen, I'm afraid. A female Omnioji who sought the right of the resurrection due to her obsession with her personal experience. Her legs, which have always been taken a pride in, were stricken with corruption after she was defeated by Seaman.
A curse echo is notable for being particularly easy to fulfill the requirements necessary for the curse. The detective did well to escape this one. So a female Omnioji and arrival of Seaman was involved in the Hanjo incident? That certainly is interesting. Next, the Edegin Beach. This curse echo is from a classmate of Natsuke carvings named Jinkichi, who was hanged for spreading baseless rumors. He apparently spoke of something that granted the ability to bring back the dead. The rites of resurrection. Precisely. This man Jinkichi must have been in contact with Seaman. If I could just collect all the memories, everything will be revealed, and the truth of the 7 mysteries will be mine. That is the knowledge I desire. Meaning you need to gather as much information as you can from the curse bearers. Precisely. I have an agreement to exchange information with those detectives, but they might not even find the other curse bearers, so I must take measures of my own. Another thing. Yes? We never really finished about what the trigger for all this was. Well, I don't know. Really? You're not hiding something from us, are you? It has something to do with how you obtained the record of fates, right? Whoa, what was that? How did you really get a hold of the records of fates? To tell you the truth, we're in a race against time. It could be a disaster if we don't hurry. What are you talking about? Someone left a warning that at sundown today they would use the curse to kill a lot of people. The one who left that message is the culprit behind the Nejima murders from 20 years ago. What? Something so terrible will happen? I won't allow potentially hundreds of people to become victims of a curse. I'll do anything in my power to stop it. Mr. Areishi, please, tell us everything you know. I'm sorry, but I truly don't know anything. The truth is, I was given the records of fate by a woman. A woman? Well, her voice sounded like a woman's, but I didn't actually see what she looked like. 1 month ago, while I was investigating at night, I suddenly heard a formless voice. A woman's voice. It said, I entrust you with this ancient manuscript and the rite of resurrection held within its pages. Spread rumors of this ritual as far and wide as you can in the coming month. And before I knew it, an old document had fallen down at my feet. 1 month. She specified the time period. I was told that if I did that, I could study the manuscript as much as I pleased. I wanted so badly to verify its authenticity, I ended up accepting. I haven't heard anything from that voice since then. He must have had you spread rumors in order to strengthen the power of the curse. To tie together the curse and the desire to seek out the right. This makes it likely that the owner of the voice is the mastermind behind all of this. Hence, I went to public with the records of fate. Ihaku and the occult magazines immediately jumping at the news was a financial boon for me. Huh? Hihaku as in Hihaku soaps? Right. I mean, no, that's not important, just some personal business. After that, I waited. I tried to predict what would occur in a month's time. That's when the curse began. Those are all the details I have. Very well. I told you this much, I may as well give you one more thing. Thank you. What might that be? About Seaman's records of fate. There's a sort of continuation to it. Another document called the Records of Fate Yin Scroll. A continuation? Actually, a sentence section written in Seaman's on the hand was appended to the manuscript, according to which after the Hanjo incident, Seaman lamented such a calamity taking place. He apparently wrote the addendum for the event that the tragedy became its own curse. It seems he had an idea that the victims of the Hanjo incident would turn into curse echoes and be used to gather the soul dregs. It supposedly details how to handle any trouble that occurs as a result of the rite of resurrection. Really? Hold on a second. Don't you find that strange? What is the matter, Mr. Sakazuki?
You think my information is inaccurate? If Simon died at the Hanjo incident, then he couldn't have written an addendum. You really don't get it, do you? Am I wrong? Have you forgotten the ability Simon possessed? Of course not. He could use the right of... Oh. You're telling me Simon used it on himself? The right of resurrection can be carried out in advance so that it can activate when the soul dregs are gathered together. Then it is not possible that Simon himself was resurrected by the rite after it all took place. But he'd still have to collect the soul dregs needed to use the rite. Yes, and that's why they died. The 8 others besides Simon. What? They died in the Hanjo incident after their soul dregs? This sounds like it's the same as what's happening now. That's why I need the resentful memories to learn the truth. I get it now. The issue at hand is that the Yin scroll in the Records of Fate was supposed to have been passed down as a set. When I received the Records of Fate, the Yin scroll was gone. Only this information was left. Supposedly Simon's blood descendants guarded it as they passed it down across the generations. It seems that over their long history, the 2 documents became separated and the scroll's location lost as the family line branched. Simon had descendants? So there's someone out there related to him by blood even now? Yes, in fact, I tried to chase the line as far as I could. He wasn't a well-known Anmyoji, to begin with. So the detailed family tree does not exist. It seems likely that the use of the manuscript has long been forgotten, only being passed down out of tradition. And since they aren't even aware of what they have, tracking it down is quite tricky indeed. I wish I could ask whoever that voice belonged to about the Yin scroll. I'm sure you do. So basically, in the Records of Fate Yin scroll, Simon himself wrote about ways to handle the curse and the rite, yes? Yes, that's right. I've been searching for it all this time but haven't found a single lead. So if you do find out anything about the resentful memories or the Yin scroll, tell me immediately. You owe me that much for telling you all this, do you not? Wait, why does he sound... Never mind. That's the real extent of everything I know. It is said that Seimin Tsuchimikado, author of the Records of Fate, wrote the Yin scroll because he feared that the descendants of those involved in the Hanjo incident might become cursed and used in the collection of soul dregs for the rite of resurrection. The existence of the Yin scroll was indicated in a postscript added to the Records of Fate, but its whereabouts are currently unknown. It is believed to have been inherited by a descendant of Seimin. Probably someone from Yaku soaps, right? Yes, I understand. Thank you for your help. If you bring me some useful information, I'll take into consideration your school grades as well. We've learned a lot. So, to sum it up, there was a tragic incident with people cursing each other for the rite of resurrection in the Edo period as well. And the Record of Fate's Yin scroll may have info we want, since it details how to stop the rite. I think that's about it. Right. If we could just find the Yin scroll, we might be able to learn how to settle this situation. But even Mr. Araishi didn't have any leads on where it is. How do we start looking for it? Someone involved in this now must have some connection to it, I think. I have a feeling the mastermind who awakened the curse is involved too. Right. So Mio, what are we going to do next? Good question. It may be best to give the information we just learned to Inspector Tsutsumi. We've got a pretty big clue from hearing about the Records of Fate Yin scroll. Mr. Tsutsumi might know more about it. Should we go back to school then? Yes, that's our point of contact after all. Whoever's behind that voice that gave Mr. Araishi the record of fate, that must be the mastermind, don't you think? Yeah, and he said it sounded like it belonged to a woman. Whoever it is, I bet they're scary. You don't sound like the Yako I know. Then let's catch him and make him spill the beans. I thought you'd say something like that. Really? I guess I'm just not really feeling that confident right now. I understand. Oh, that reminds me, Mio. You know what's nearby here, don't you? Hmm? Oh, you mean where Michio? Yeah, where it happened. I was going there every day to leave flowers, even though they always get cleared away anyways. I'm sure it must be hard to have been reminded of Michio's death all the time. That reminds me, Yako. Yeah? When you asked me to do the spirit board 2 days ago, did you come here that day too? Yeah, I left some flowers before going to school. Why? Did anything seem different that day? What's this all of a sudden? Though, now that you mention it. That day, I suddenly felt lightheaded and ended up passing out for a little bit. But I came to right away and felt fine, so I didn't think anything of it. I see. That's all I was wondering about. Thank you. I don't know if it's related to that woman behind the voice, but I'm also interested in the female Omnioji who is a rival of Seiman. Excuse me, you girls over there. Oh, it's him. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but something you said caught my attention. And who might you be? I'm Yutaro Namagaki. I should probably tell you, until yesterday I was a curse bearer, and that should clear things up. A curse bearer? Oh, you don't need to be so scared. I've already given up the curse stone of the foot-washing mansion. The foot-washing mansion? So you're the one Inspector Tsutsumi was talking about. Ah, you already know Inspector Tsutsumi. That makes this simple. There's nothing to worry about. Oh, hey. You're in the driver's seat. Yako? Yes, wait, what? Just now, was I doing something? Sorry, Mr. Namagaki, what might be the matter? Right, I actually wanted to discuss something with you two. Would you come with me if you have a little time? Discuss something? With us? You were talking about Michio Shiraishi, right? It's related to that. I'm sure you would learn a few things yourselves. If not now, later is fine. I'll be waiting around Ryogoku Bridge. Something rubs me the wrong way about this, but he mentioned Michio. What do we do next? Sorry, but there's something we've got to take care of. We'll have to pass. Is that so? Well, that's too bad. I'm in no rush, so I'll be waiting at the Ryogoku Bridge if you change your minds. Oh shit. Looks like we're gonna have to advance in order to advance. Ma'am, allow me to introduce you to one of our country's most elite detectives. The name's Junario. I'd hardly call myself elite, but either way, it's nice to meet you. This here is the brilliant Chief Inspector Tsutsumi, and yes, he's just as rough and tumble as he looks. Sometimes I really don't know if you're complimenting or putting me down. So you two are detectives? This is my client, Mrs. Harui Shigema. Her father is a big deal in the police himself, so remember to mind your manners. A bigwig named Shigema? Boss, you know of this guy?
Shit. I heard the name. But you know I don't keep track of who's in the upper echelons.
There's no need to worry. I am my own person, after all, and my father has nothing to do with any of this. Did you hear that, boss? Looks like you're getting off easy again this time.
Don't make it sound like I'm involved in some shady business. It ain't like that.
You both seem rather jovial despite being detectives. How rare. All the police officers I've met have always been so dull. Well, you won't find any dull cops here. We'll round up all your criminals with a smile. That's our motto. How lovely. And keep it up.
Just hold on 1 second. This is the first time I'm hearing of that.
Well, you're right about them not being your typical detectives. So these detectives are out here because of the recent string of strange deaths. It's best we keep quiet about our involvement in it with these curses. What brings you here, Richter? You on a case? That's right. I'm picking up on the police's slack. I trust you remember the kidnapping and murder case from last year.
Oh, I remember now. You're that Harui Shigema from the kidnapping case.
Huh? Did I miss something? Don't be an idiot. It was the case where Munasada Shigema's grandson was kidnapped. Which must have been your son, ma'am. Indeed, that story was suppressed by the news. In the end, it was considered a huge failure on the police department's part. Most of the investigation was conducted in secret. And unfortunately, the department is unwilling to reopen the case. Any investigation carried out afterwards turned up nothing at all. Which is why I'm on the job. So they never caught the culprit, huh? That's rough. So your findings have brought you to this place then? That's right. An individual connected to the case usually listed. That's right. An individual connected to the case used to live around here. Used to? That's right. As of last week, they're deceased. We'd hoped to talk to the family. No one was home when I checked last time, and so we figured we'd try again. Interesting. It sure doesn't look good on the police to be mishandling cases like these. If there really was a culprit, it should have been our responsibility to bring them to justice. Well, I do consider the police my people, so you consider the blame to be shared. You've got a CERN side as well, I see. It sure doesn't look good on the police to be mishandling cases like these.
By the way, ma'am, this might be sudden, but there's something I'd like to confirm with you.
And that is?
Do you happen to know anything about the 7 mysteries of Hanjo?
Sorry, Chief, but that's hardly.
With all due respect, investigator, I think my question was addressed to the lady.
If you insist.
What do you say, ma'am? Can you tell us anything?
Can't say I know much.
Is that so?
Well, sorry for the intrusion. Come to think of it, I heard some things about this area last night. Something about a strange yet conspicuous man dressed in white loitering around. Wait a second. I assumed they were talking about you, investigator. Well, I won't argue with that. I'm strange and conspicuously dressed in white. As it turns out, I was here last night to conduct my investigation. Did you run into anything strange or out of the ordinary? Out of the ordinary? I guess I did observe a few suspicious characters. You were asking about curses just now. Why would a public servant be interested in the occult? Boss, Richter's a smart man. He can help us if we tell him what we know. I can't promise I'll be of any help to you, but I'm interested in hearing what you have got to say. Something's happening in Hanjo, isn't there? It must be something big if they got you head office guys on it. Well, I guess it's all right. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Thank you, boss. Listen closely to what we're about to say, Richter. So by using the curses, what happened, bro? I can't bring it out. Where is it? Howdy do. I'm Richter. So by using curses to commit murders, these people collect soul dregs to perform the rite of resurrection. And these curse stones are somehow connected to the seven mysteries of Hanjo. It's a tough story to swallow, but I don't see a reason to doubt you either. We figured the strange occurrences happening around here recently are connected to the curses. To get this situation under control, we've been searching for the curse bearers to confiscate their curse stones. Do you have any information that might help us? That's tough. I never expected curses and other mumbo-jumbo to play into this all. But if we're talking about shady characters, there was this middle-aged fellow I saw on South Wabakasui Street. He had an average build. He was anxious, like he was searching for prey. Boss, what do you think? Well, considering the location, it could have been Hideki Ariishi. We already got his curse stone. Impressive. You two are working quick. Did you see anything else? Not that I can remember. That's a shame. If you see any characters who look like they might be carrying a curse stone, it'd be a huge help if you let us know. Absolutely. I'll let you know if I find anything. Richter, perhaps you could lend a hand on our case too. There's a number of people we can't track, and finding missing persons happens to be your specialty, no? I hate to disappoint you, but I'm busy enough with this case. The faith of my clients is what keeps me afloat, not to prioritize requests by the order in which they come. I see. Well, can't say that's not fair. What do you need a private investigator for anyway? The cops should have plenty of bright folks to throw at the job. True, but this isn't an ordinary case we're dealing with here. Huh? By the way, that reminds me, Richter. Yes? You said the person who used to live here died last week. You wouldn't be referring to Michio Shiraishi by any chance? You knew. I thought so. It seems like we're here for the same reason then. Seriously? Michio was involved with the curses and the magic? Strictly speaking, the curse part isn't our concern. We're looking into Yoshimi's case. Yoshimi? All right, Hajime Yoshimi. That's right. He died on the job, and I'm sure you've heard of it. I heard. It was a most unfortunate loss. So there's a connection between Hajime Yoshimi of the Juvenile Division and Michio? Well, hold on. Let's focus on Michio for a second. You think she had something to do with the kidnapping? Talk about unforeseen developments. Exchanging information should prove mutually beneficial. I'll tell you what I know, but in turn, I want the full scoop on your findings concerning Michio. Sure, to tell you the truth. What? You believe Michio's ghost is the one who killed Mr. John Oichi? So he wasn't just mumbling nonsense? I mean, we haven't fully confirmed anything yet. But the testimonies we've heard and the evidence we found point in that direction. Testimony? You mean from those, psychic high schoolers? Didn't they also say there was a chance Michio hadn't killed herself? If that's true, then, did you figure something out? Kankichiro Iwai. Huh? Kankichiro Iwai. He'll be the next victim. We have to open the door to the Shiraishi's house, and we need to look inside. Hey, what's gotten into you?
Boss, I'm sure the landlord would give us the key if we asked. Screw that. You know how long that would take? We can ask for permission later.
Richter. Hey, Richter, calm down. We can't just... Well, he can. He can totally just bust the door open. He's a private investigator.
Take that, you shitty door. That's how you do it.
Richter, get a hold of yourself. I see you're still the same as always.
Everyone, come quick. Look at this.
Holy shit, bro. Look at this shit. Oh. Whoa. What's up with this room? Boss, there's a dead body in here.
Whoa. Could this be Michio's dad? Nah, he's her stepdad Abyss. If that's it, he's got to be the body of Kankachiro Iwai. There's no doubt about it. This man's a goner. He's gotten real messed up. Looks like he's been like this for a while. I say it happened last night. Ario, did you find Jonoichi's body in the same state? Now that you mention it, it looked as though Koei Jonoichi had died from a number of heavy blows. What are you suggesting, investigator? There was Michio Shiraishi. She's alive. She used the power of the curse to get back at the man who ruined her life. That's ridiculous. You're suggesting she actually revived? It's gotta be that. If she's alive, then... Damn, that's pretty cool. My apologies for interrupting. I know we've just arrived at an interesting plot point. But you do really think a dead girl is going around taking revenge from beyond the grave? Consider this. What if Michio Shiraishi never died? But seeing as you've come this far, I'm sure you already know the truth, don't you? And so, I would have you answer me one question. Where in Hanjo is Michio Shiraishi at the hour of 8 o'clock this morning? Ooh, 8 o'clock this morning, huh? Well, Richter said that the killing happened last night. But the death also happened last night. I think Nejima and Michio are working together, right? No, I know where she was. Where is it? Is it Midoricho Park? Yeah, Midoricho Park, right? I see. So that's what you think. Let's take a moment to reconsider what you know and choose again, shall we? Oh, it wasn't there. I thought she killed Odo. I thought she killed Okacho or whatever. Oh, is it Kinshibori Park that I'm thinking of? I see. Shit, dude, I don't know. It's been a week since I played, so I'm a little light on the details of a lot of things. I'm just gonna have to go through everything, bro. I don't know. Wait, which one didn't I pick? I don't think I picked that one, did I? Congratulations, after guessing wrong 20 times like a retard, you're correct. You got it wrong 11 times.
Well, it's a trivial matter. It may have been easier to reach that conclusion had you considered the cause of death. Let's get back to the story then, shall we? I've taken enough of your time. What? So you really think Monsieur Shiraishi is alive? Just think it through and it all becomes obvious. It tracks, but do you really think that girl could have managed all this? First of all, Ariel, go report this to HQ. Understood. I'll get on it right away. I'll start investigating this place. It sure isn't lacking in stuff that needs to be looked at. There's a bunch of photos of the same person pasted on the wall over there. Huh? Whoa, now hold on, these photos. These are all Fumachika Nejima. Gross. Really, come to think of it, he was in the papers a lot back in the day. Oh, there's even more pasted up over there. These are all cutouts from the newspaper and magazines about the Nejima murders. I don't get it. Why the weirdo shrine? Let's keep looking around. There are candles and stones with inscriptions placed all over. Are these tools for some ritual? Hey, don't touch anything, you hear? Ah, right. Considering this is a murder scene, we ought to leave everything as is. All of this can be used as evidence. If anyone besides forensics toys with it, it'll cause trouble down the road. It's off-putting to look at, but I can't help but wonder what in the world this is. They're magic runes. They use in Western black magic rituals. Most of the time, they're useless imitations, though. I wouldn't get too excited about it. Oh my, who knew the chief inspector was such an expert on the occult? I just chanced upon that information. That girl with the spirit sense we mentioned, she's pretty informed on the subject. Someone was attempting to perform Western black magic in this place. Pretty absurd if you ask me. Of course, the person in question was dead serious about it all. While magic is often classified as a branch of mysticism or may variously refer to the likes of witchcraft or astrology, here it refers specifically to Western black magic. In the Middle Ages, the line between science and magic was blurred, with the pursuit of the supernatural considered a legitimate academic discipline. Astrology was regarded akin to astronomy, while alchemy was accepted as scientific fact and would eventually evolve into what is known today as chemistry. One discipline, however, was considered wicked and shunned accordingly: black magic, the practice of using magical knowledge to strike a bargain with demons. In contrast to socially acceptable subjects studied by the intelligentsia, black magic was most prolific among the lower classes. It was the common people who suffered most from the ills of the day: war, famine, and sickness, which perhaps led them to seek aid from unholy powers. As heresy, these rituals and spells were nowhere to be found in orthodox modes of teaching, but instead were recorded in tomes of dubious credibility. It looks like the things spread around here have been like this for a while now. This ritual, or whatever, was something he attempted up to recently. Plenty of neighbors mentioned having heard strange mantra-like noises coming from here during the night. You think Iwai was the one chanting? Hard to say. Could have been one of the Shiraishis as well. If we look through these books in the back, we might learn whatever it is they were trying to do. There are old books scattered everywhere. I wonder what they're about. Many of them are written in a foreign language. It'll be a pain to look through all these. Let's save them for later and continue to look around. There's nothing around to confirm his identity, but by the looks of him, I'd say he's Kankachiro Iwai. You've seen him before? I already had a criminal record, so I assumed he wouldn't have held a respectable occupation. Is this what a curse does to a person? Ma'am, it'd be better not to look so closely. It's amazing. This drawer is really old. Chief Inspector, do you mind if I look inside?
Huh?
I mean, in normal cases, only the police would be allowed to touch things, right?
Right. Ario isn't here, so let me take a look at it.
There's just clothes in here. Not much variety either. Can't say they were big spenders.
Well, I was hoping to find a kind of talisman here, but I guess we're not so lucky.
I see. Thank you anyway. With the window and the storm shutter closed, no light gets in here at all. It's pitch black. The neighbors mentioned they started to keep the house shut like this not long ago. Look at these. Pictures of Fumijika Nejima cut out from the newspaper magazines. Whoever put these up was obsessed. I wonder what their intent was.
You think the Shiba Ishis are somehow connected to the Nejima case? Perhaps they did this as to not forget a grudge or something. It's crazy to think Nejima might be involved in all this too.
Do you think it might have anything to do with the body here?
Maybe. The man's already out on parole. He's a curse bearer with a cursed stone now, and he announced that from sundown today he'll be going on a killing spree.
Oh dear.
There's an emergency search underway as we speak, but no one's yet managed to get a hold of the bastard.
So he hasn't changed his ways.
That doesn't bode well.
To tell you the truth, lad, the lady here isn't completely unconnected from the Nejima murders either.
You don't say.
That's right. We talked about it last night. 20 years ago, I found the hand in Sumida River that brought the incident to light.
You don't say. You were the kid from back then? You were really brave. You did a great deed.
Were you the detective I spoke with? I had no idea. So you two have met before. Fancy that. I've been worried that Fumijika Nejima might bear a resentment towards you, ma'am.
You might be right. Unfortunately, that asshole is quite the resentful type.
Oh dear.
That asshole. I wonder who put the idea in his head. And now he's got the one-sided read too. He's threatening to massacre the people of Hanjo at sundown.
Seriously?
On top of that, he's been itching to get revenge on me as well. Of all things, a man's gone and threatened to kill my daughter.
Damn, that's quite the threat. Certainly, you can't afford to stay put here.
That shitter wants to get us all antsy. When I finally get to arresting him, it'll be with a cool head.
Not gonna give him the pleasure, huh?
Well, if Hawaii and Fumijika Nejima have anything to do with each other, then this room might hold a clue to Nejima's location. Let's hope so.
This sliding door leads to the kitchen and it barely fits the frame. The person who put all these photos up must have been obsessed with Nejima. They might have had some relation to Nejima's victims, or perhaps it was the opposite.
The opposite?
What if it wasn't loathing, but admiration? But then... it's the same man in every picture. Is that Fumijika Nejima? Wow, this is quite the spectacle. I don't think I'll ever manage to erase this from my mind. Don't worry, Richter. You're quite the spectacle yourself. Do you mean to compare me with the likes of a bizarre criminal? These aren't just cut out from publications. They even snapped a number of the shots of their own. They must have admired him. Why else would they have collected so many pictures? Whatever the case, it's certain they were obsessed. Cruel is what that is. What do you say, Chief? Would you let me look through it if I wore gloves?
Well, it's not like I'm any help with foreign languages. Go ahead.
Thank you. Huh? This seems to be a book on Western black magic. The same runes are written here alongside detailed descriptions of the procedures. I suppose you'd call these grimoires. It's all a bunch of nonsense if you ask me though. You think this Hawaii guy was studying them, perhaps to perform some kind of ritual. There are a bunch of handwritten notes beside the grimoires. Whoever it was, they were serious about this. Hawaii doesn't look the type to be into this stuff, but you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But why would he be studying black magic? According to the materials, this here rune is for the restoration of youth. Perhaps he was trying to become young again. This over here seems to be black magic related to resurrection. Each one of these spells requires a human sacrifice. Talk about dangerous. Resurrection? Like the rite. I guess no matter what part of the world, people will turn to the occult for similar reasons. Huh? What is it? This looks like a journal. It was probably Hawaii's. A journal? He's writing is surprisingly thorough. It's almost as if he was writing a report for someone. Now this is something. What is it? What did he write? This is quite the find. Let me give you a summary. So this Kankachiri Hawaii fellow, he'd been searching for a spell to restore youth for years. So he was into black magic from the start. He believed that if he could learn to successfully perform the spell, he could then use it to earn a fortune. To tell you the truth, it seems he was already getting funded after he acquired this grimoire. You don't say. This is starting to sound kind of familiar. But first, let's find out how he got his hands on this grimoire. It seems that Nejima told him where he could obtain the book when they were both in prison. What? That's nearly too much of a coincidence. Likely not a coincidence. It seems like Hawaii took an interest in the Nejima murders after it made the news. He admired him rather passionately. You might even say he worshipped the man. Worship Nejima? Of all people. This was a time when students were itching to rebel. Anyone who did something to shake the world was bound to gather admirers. Hawaii had been collecting these photos ever since that time. And since he just so happened to land in prison, at the same time as Nejima, he made sure to get in contact. This is a lot. I mean, even having it all laid out like this. The thought of Nejima being involved with these grimoires is staggering. I don't think we ever had anything pointing to that. What's the connection? To be honest, it's a shock to me too. For years, we've been scratching our heads over the motives behind the Nejima murders. Yep, it's been a mystery to us all from the very start. Whoa now, wait just 1 minute, do you think? No way, are you saying? That's right. The murders might have been for a ritual. He was attempting to perform black magic. The instructions written down for the sacrificial offering match up exactly with the acts carried out by Nejima. You've got to be kidding me. So that sadistic crap he was doing was all for black magic? That's what the evidence suggests. However, Nejima tried to do some type of resurrection ritual, but Hawaii had different motives. Chief Inspector, you might think this is all the stuff of fantasy, but that doesn't refute that Nejima and Hawaii were both acting in earnest. This is batshit insane. You're telling me that the nutjob did all this for some hokey-pokey resurrection? Shit, resurrection. That means there must be someone Nejima wanted to bring back to life. Damn, that's it. That has to be it. Shit, it all makes sense now. What is it? So, about the Nejima murders. There's some information that's been kept from the public. Go on. When we broke into his house and arrested him, we also found a baby. A baby? It was a girl.
looked to be about 6 months old, but she was covered in filth. She looked so weak and sickly. We called the medics right away. If we were a second later, I'm sure the girl would have died.
So was Nejima the father?
He told us he found her under a bridge.
He found her? Was she abandoned? I heard of the parents threatening to leave their child under a bridge as a threat, but to think it really happens. I suppose there are those cases with the dead newborns found stuffed in coin lockers, so it's not without precedent.
Whatever the case, we never found out the truth.
But there's one rumor from back then that I could never get out of my mind. And it's starting to sound more likely now.
Well, I'm sure this isn't the first time you heard of it. Many believe Nejima's guilty of more crimes than what got him convicted. Back then, a lot of girls went missing.
Yes, I remember all of that.
Among the high school girls that might have been murdered, maybe I should say sacrificed, was a girl who was pregnant.
Goodness, that's horrific.
He killed her and dismembered her body, and we thought maybe the baby we found is what he pulled out from inside her. Don't misunderstand me. This is all speculation on top of more speculation here. But I, for one, never believed that man would just take in a baby found under a bridge.
I'm feeling sick. Stay strong, ma'am. I know this is hard to hear.
Like I said, don't take that to be the full truth. We were running on speculation back then. Now that this whole resurrection magic has come into play, we should consider the possibility it was his child, and that maybe he was trying to revive whoever this mother might have been. It's just a theory, but my life would be a tad easier if it were true.
That's an interesting thought. If there's anyone Nejima will want to resurrect, a deceased wife is as good a guess as any. The fact that he obtained a curse stone suggests that he has an interest in the rite of resurrection.
Damn, you're right. And here I was thinking that he was only after the curse's power to massacre.
Chief Inspector.
Yeah?
What happened to the child?
Without a birth registration on the file, best we could do was find the girl some suitable foster parents. It was decided to keep the circumstances secret for the sake of the child's future.
Well, I'm glad she was taken care of. Don't mean to derail the conversation, but there's still more written in Iwai's journal. We know Iwai had managed to obtain the grimoire thanks to the advice he got from his idol Nejima while in prison. After conducting research and gathering more information, he determined he had a chance to get rich quick.
Right, he thought he could take some money if he could successfully use the rejuvenation magic.
Correct. Turns out someone gave him the idea.
And get this.
It was the one and only queen and chairwoman of Hyaku Soaps herself, Natsubi Yamamori.
Wait, the chairwoman of Hyaku Soaps?
So, that's where this leads. Here, let me read what he wrote. The queen of Hyaku has a strange fear of growing old. Her fear of death is even worse. If she does die, she wishes to be revived, and she'll spend whatever it takes to preserve her beauty. Magic, rituals, and rites, she'll use whatever means necessary. Her tenacity is unbelievable. She was apparently investigating money into any research on resurrection, the restoration of youth and the like.
So she would even throw her money at the occult? The places greed will take you. Well then, that brings us to Hideki Araishi. She probably funded his research into the rite of resurrection as well.
That's what it all points towards. I wouldn't be surprised if the witch of Heiyaku pounced at the rumors of the rite of resurrection.
It's starting to sound likely. It might also be why she's spreading the rumor about God having godly powers. It's a convenient cover for when she becomes young again. Godly powers. What's that all about? Ah, you can ignore that. Either way, I think Iwai took the payments he was getting for his research to seduce a family into taking him in to keep a low profile. The Shiraishi family, Michio and her mother, Toshiko, were just his unlucky marks. And this is where you get involved. Are you feeling steady, ma'am? Huh? This has something to do with me? What are you talking about? Ma'am, please calm down. Iwai moved in with the Shiraishis to practice his magic. He needed a place to sacrifice to perform his youth restoration spell, but that meant extracting the life force from someone young. So it was Iwai, this man. Iwai worshipped Nejima, so we must have also despised Nejima's detractors. Not to mention he was captured and sent to jail once before. Surely, he had a bone to pick with the police. So when he realized he had the chance to go both avenge Nejima, embarrass the police, and acquire a living sacrifice at the same time. Shit! You got it. Iwai kidnapped Arui Shikama's son and managed to score 3 birds with 1 stone.
You're telling me that horrid man, he never had the intention of protecting my child? I thought there might have been a reason why the kidnapper seemed to be mocking the police. He never wanted money. His aim was to humiliate the force. It all makes sense. He must have used Michio to lower your boy's defenses and then kidnapped him on his way back home. He took Shuichi. Ma'am, please calm down. I understand, but you must remember to breathe. You don't understand. You have absolutely no idea what I'm going through. This isn't a joke. I wouldn't expect the police to understand. You'll never understand. Living sacrifices. What a stupid idea from a stupid little man. Okay, ma'am, let's just take a moment to breathe. Why don't we go get some fresh air? I can't believe this. This is... Chief, I think it's best we take our leave. But before we go, there's one more important piece of information noted in his journal. Iwai got in contact with Nejima last year after Nejima was released on parole. He provided him with accommodation and financial support. Is that so? He managed to find a hideout for Nejima to stay in. Damn it. If anything, rather than use his money to support the Shiraishis, it seemed most of it went to Nejima instead. If Nejima's lurking around anywhere at the moment, it's probably in that hideout. Did he write where it is? Unfortunately, no. Not that I could tell. But it seems Michio knew where it was. She never met with Nejima in person, but she was made to go in and clean up among other things. What good is that information? The girl's already dead. Wait, no, she's alive. That's right. Michio Shiraishi's alive. If you can find her and get her to talk, you can get her to spill the beans on his hideout too. Investigator, I'm asking you. I should be going. The lady's not well. Are you feeling better now that we've gotten some fresh air, ma'am? I'm fine. Suddenly, finding out who the kidnapper was really made me lose my wit. We managed to solve the kidnapping case by pure luck here. You're right. But Richter, I feel grateful towards Michio because she killed the kidnapper. There's that too. But it's for something else. If Michio is the one killing all these people, then she must have acquired quite a sizable amount by now. Soul dregs, I mean. Hey, Richter. Whether the kidnapper's dead or alive, it doesn't mean a thing. Revenge won't bring my boy back. And if Nejima is planning to cause a massacre to collect soul drakes, then all the better. I won't give up on resurrection. So, I'm counting on you. Golly, bro. Shit's getting real quick. Unfortunately, I gotta head out here. My jaw's hurting from all that reading, bro. I'm gonna be real. Oh, man. Nejima. Why? I mean, Michio's still alive? What the hell is going on, bro? How is Michio still alive? How does she fake her death? The police procured her body at the scene, right? I don't know, bro. Maybe she actually died and then Nejima resurrected her somehow. It's all crazy. And I'm kind of interested to see what this all turns out. Either way, I'll be back next week when I have another early day where I can be as rambunctious as possible, you see. Either way, have a good night, alright?